Hello, everybody, and welcome to a Superstar PartyPlex game. My name is Zen, and I am your DM for today. And joining me for this game, which is called Nightlights, spelled with the silent K, like the medieval warriors. So the players joining me for this game, if you will introduce yourselves, top to bottom, and the character that you are playing for this game.
Hi, hello, Tasai, vegan of the bears, vegan bear. For today's for today's game, I am going to be playing PartyPlex's beloved child, Franky. Everybody loves her. This is a fact.
So true.
Well,
Hi, I'm
Ignore Kestrel.
Doll. I'm Doll. I've just been verbally throttled and I'm playing the PartyPlex's golden boy, Ajax.
hi, I'm Tired Penguin. You can call me Pengu because that is my name and I exist. I'm playing Kestrel Tombs. He's not happy to be here.
All right. To give y'all some setup and premise for the game, it is, you know, I start way too many of these games with it's a normal day in the Partyplex. It's episodic. The Partyplex has been doing just fine. Except that there have been a few customer complaints coming in about this arcade game, which is called Nightlights with a K, same name as the D&D game that we are playing right now, which is a pretty standard beat 'em up arcade game tucked away in one corner of the Superstar Partyplex's enormous arcade. Basically, you play as a knight and fight through a castle of monsters, and it's multiplayer enabled, so you can play alone or with up to 4 players. But the complaints have been coming in specifically about that multiplayer mode. The complaints vary a little bit, but everyone agrees that they can't add a player 4 even when they try. But some of them say that they've seen a player 4 on screen, not actually controllable by the buttons on the machine, just there. So, Ajax, as our resident arcade technician, has been tasked with taking a look at the machine, trying to figure out what's going wrong with it, and then fix it.
Nice. Go, Ajax.
Um, Go white boy, go.
Oh, my boy.
So, how does he want to approach this?
Well, first he's gonna find the machine.
Which I will just give to you because Ajax knows the arcade very well, so probably he hears the name of the machine and he's like, oh yeah, I know exactly where that is. He spends enough time in the arcade for that.
Uh,
And
Judging by the complaints, it's more of a software issue. So he's probably going to have to put the little cones and caution tape around the machine and start working on it. Because he's gonna have to get the software stuff out, manually fix whatever glitch there is, and then put it back in, which is much more difficult than a simple hardware issue.
uh so Ajax sets up in front of this machine with the little out of order sign, some taping the area off so that kids can't, get into the machine while he's working on it. And starts opening up the front panel, taking a look inside. That sound about right?
Yep.
So, while Ajax starts working on that, Kestrel is also working the day shift today. How's that going for him?
Not good. He does well. Somehow, I'm not entirely sure. So that is, I suppose, up to you, Zen, or VB. somehow Kestrel has caught wind that the child has been sighted again. And he does not want to be anywhere near where that child could possibly be. So he's gonna try and find one of the only other people in this place that he considers sane. He's gonna look for Ajax, I think.
Do you want to roll
Well, it's gotta be.
investigation?
Yes, I would love to. What is your investigation? Your investigation is a +5. R. 7.
7. Yeah, it might take Kestrel a little
jeez.
while. The arcade is
A hot
big
minute.
and pretty busy, absolutely swarming with a bunch of children running around, as is its norm.
The children. He doesn't dislike children, he just prefers to avoid them if he can.
Well, picked the wrong job for that. VP, you got any ideas what Franky might be up to that's got Kestrel so nervous?
She hasn't done anything yet. She's back onto her usual thing of going around the PartyPlex looking, though it has to be notable that while I assume Kestrel has probably spotted her in the crowd and went, nope, not dealing with this, turns around and leaves. But
Yep.
I'd imagine she's kind of like walking around. She put the hood of her jacket up, and for the cute factor, it has little razzy ears on top. But she's kind of walking around. She's trying to look like a regular kid as she's like, okay, where's that one guy? I need the guy.
The
Don't-
guy.
Don't know his name. Don't know who he is. I need the guy.
Which guy?
I need a hero starts playing on the speakers.
It's fueling her determination to find the guy.
Perhaps the reason the one she's looking for is Ajax, right?
Yeah, potentially.
I mean,
Perhaps
she does
Nova,
out
like,
out of character. I understand that Franky doesn't know her name. That's who she's looking for, though, right?
Out of character, yes, that is who she is trying to find.
perhaps Nova would like suddenly shift the space so that she ends up in the arcade.
Hey, I don't remember the arcade being over here. Okay. Weird, huh?
Everyone has
This
to
is what I
deal with
get
the
for not
building
sleeping at night.
Do we want to read that one out?
Yes. Do it.
Kestrel desperately leaning against the wall like, Nova, please, don't let that child near me. Nova, help. And Nova, okay, but what if I didn't? You need to deal with your issues.
Okay, but she'll help the child. That's fine. That's okay.
Nova to Kestrel, the therapist's not here yet. Deal with it yourself.
Nova already helped Kestrel once. Now it's someone else's turn. Might as well be Franky.
Franky does
Wow.
not give out therapy services. Unless you're looking for electric therapy. I forgot what it's called.
Electroshock.
Oh, no. Shock
Yeah.
therapy.
Shock therapy.
Jackie in the daycare gets
That's
a
not good,
sudden
Franky.
dark feeling. Jackie
You're
in the
lost.
daycare suddenly gets a dark feeling.
Oh no.
Anyway, arcade.
Yeah, does Franky also
Yay,
want to
arcade
roll
done.
investigation on the arcade now, trying to look for the guy?
Absolutely. Wait, that's a net one. Doesn't matter what the
Oh,
modifier
no.
was.
Yeah.
Crumbs.
I'm summing that up to the fact that she doesn't know who she's looking for.
The guy.
She's looking for a guy. Tall, twink-like. Not that guy. I know he's tall and twink, but he's not tall and twink enough.
Not
But
tall and twink enough.
It doesn't help that Ajax is sitting down, so the two characteristics Franky can come up with to describe him are not going to be easily visible.
Yeah, no, he's sitting, and MJ pointed out the fact that Ajax a short king. Yeah, no, that adds to the fact that Franky doesn't recognize him as the guy.
I am wondering, how does Franky know that she is looking for Ajax? Why is she looking for him in particular?
Clarification for the short king thing. He was meant to be tall back when I was still obeying the rules of like, okay, tunes are meant to be from this size to this size. And then I realized nobody else followed that. So like, he's meant to be tall, but he's not. So like, spiritually he is very tall and everyone else sees him that way, but physically he's not.
I would
Alright,
also
He's
like
tall by the two. He's tall by the tune averages. Unfortunately, statistics is not always a good representation.
Everyone who sees him always remembers him taller than he actually is.
Yeah. I would also like to point out
That's funny.
Franky's a child, so
Mhm.
Yeah,
her
that
perceptions of what's tall is warped.
Everyone seems tall.
And
Except
then
for
there's
their
Kestrel, but
There's Kestrel.
Mhm.
he makes
And-
anybody look small next to him. But
Not the
yeah,
Harlequinette.
not to Harlequinette. That's different. But to answer the
Nobody-
question to answer the question of how Franky knows this is the guy she's looking for, she currently needs the aid of somebody who knows more about animatronics than she does. So that's currently what she's trying to find, and I'd assume there's probably like an employee handbook or at least something in the Raz Watch that says all of the employees, and she's like, okay, I am looking for a Ajax? Ajax.
To be fair, the Employee of the Month wall would absolutely have him up there several times.
No, what better way to find the guy you're looking for than his face plastered across the whole wall? Like, what an endorsement!
And you know he's gotta be good at his job.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. But
Either that or nepotism. You can never rule out the possibility of nepotism.
no idea what that is, but
Oh, it's when I don't entirely exactly know the definition, but
hang on.
basically it's,
Favoritism towards relatives, especially in the context of business. So it's
Yeah,
if this was nepotism, it would mean Ajax's like father or uncle or like grandma or something worked at the PartyPlex and hired him because they're related, and he got away with
Nepotism.
stuff because they're related.
It's especially
Ah,
funny
okay.
because literally none of us have ever talked about his parents, so we don't even know if there's someone
Does he
working
have
here.
parents?
Does he?
Presumably,
Not everyone
ha-
has parents.
he has a sibling.
He does. Who knows? Maybe they just spawned into existence.
Maybe.
I mean, that's not
We
unusual for tunes.
We are getting off the rails here.
Yes, we are. Anyway,
So, I'm gonna say
Sorry.
Kestrel arrives at Ajax first. It takes him a long while to get there, but eventually he sees little cones and tape and probably like the bottom half of Ajax with the top half in poking at stuff in the machine.
And he will I don't know if he's gonna say anything right away. Ajax, roll perception.
Okay. Also, ironically, another thing that's making this hard for everyone finding him is usually his state of dress would make him stand out pretty well, except he looks like an arcade, and he's in an arcade.
He
Camouflage.
blends in.
Okay. I'm sorry,
Sticks out like a
DMV
sore
like
thumb everywhere.
DMV likes to reload every time I switch to Discord. Okay, so perception.
Yes. To see if you noticed the looming bird.
Oh yeah. I love how it just lets you click a button and roll. So much simpler.
Are you going to share the results of that roll with us? Or is it taking a while?
Sorry, when I tried to reopen Discord, my entire phone glitched and kicked me out.
Oh
But
dear.
No.
I do have the roll.
Okay. What is it?
I
It's a
just put
17.
Oh, I'm blind. 17. He perceives the the looming bird, the looming presence.
Here's those heavy footfalls that such a tall bird man would certainly have. Except he's a rogue,
mean-
so he's probably can be stealthy, but he's not trying to be, is
He's
he?
not. Yeah, he's not trying to be stealthy. He's just walking up and not saying anything.
like Ajax would pause, like scoot out from inside of the machine. Like he had like his top half in there, and he like looks up at Kesha and is like, "Hey, can I help?"
I I didn't get that. I didn't expect him to ask that. A Ajax can roll insight if he wants, but Kestrel's just like kind of like, oh no, just visiting. Slow day. Okay, apparently the voice I'm doing for him has changed. Didn't expect that.
It's okay.
Kestrel has suddenly become Fonser.
I didn't I didn't mean to do that, but you know, I'm not good at deep voices, so. But yeah,
He's so
Ajax can roll an
distraught, he's become posh.
Ajax can roll an insight on him if you'd like.
Mm. It's really funny.
I hope he rolls higher. That's I'm
Oh. You know, I don't think he actually would try and do insight. Cause like
but
he's fine with a coworker just coming to visit him. Like they
yeah,
worked great
Kestrel's just-
together last time.
they did, and Kestrel considers him sane.
Yeah. So I think Ajax like dust himself off and look up at Kestrel and being like, "Well, I'm not doing much."
He kind of looks over the machine. You said that like there's how many people have heard about the complaints about this
I mean,
machine?
it's a like software issue, so probably only technicians
Okay, that makes
and
sense.
any customer
Okay, so-
service people that received the complaints, but like security hasn't heard about it because this isn't a security issue.
Understandable. See, the image that came to my mind was Karens who just go up to the nearest warm body and go, "I have a complaint."
I mean, if you want that to have happened to Kestrel,
Nah, this is fine. Kestrel just kind of looks and tilts his head at the machine Ajax is working on and says, "Is there a problem with this machine?"
Oh yeah, the fourth player option isn't working. It's a software glitch. That's what I'm trying to work on.
He just kind of nods. He does not understand, but he's going to just nod. Technology's not his thing.
Mhm.
Boy, he sure picked a place to work.
I just
It-
I just suddenly had
not-
an image of like you guys
Yeah.
know how like when people show like mechanics they'll like go under their cars with little skateboards and stuff. I'm just imagining
Yes.
that, but instead of a skateboard, it's Ajax just positioning himself and using his own skates
Oh my gosh.
to get inside the arcade machine.
God, I'm just picturing him like squatting and then bent over backwards at the waist. Yikes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Ouchie.
I mean, I
Well,
guess
like,
he's a
he does-
toon, so
Yeah, and also when he gets in an arcade machine, he does like lean up, so it's more of like a sitting position. It's still like gotta be a major workout, but it works.
mhm.
Yeah, those are
Bones
strong
are just a
abs.
suggestion when you're a toon. But he's a twink.
Oh gosh.
It's fine.
Okay.
So yeah,
Ajax, while you
Kestrel just nodding along.
Mhm.
Sorry.
Ajax, while you have Kestrel here, it's probably a good idea to test out the changes you've already done and see if they're helping things.
True. Yeah, he'd be like, "Hey, can you help me with something actually?"
Kestrel, who is looking for anything to do except be where the child might be, is like, oh, of course.
Yeah, and he's like, "Hold on a second," like holds up a finger and then like gets back in the machine and like starts putting this stuff back together. Cause
I
you
think
gotta
he
have the
kneels
software
down.
stuff in there.
I think he kneels down next to Ajax, trying to look at what's going on, even though he will not understand what any of the wires or anything means.
I don't think you're gonna see much.
If
Whatever he sees, he won't even understand, so he's just being more on level with Ajax.
Yeah. And then like after fully putting the software stuff back in, he like
hang on. I'm sorry.
freaks
I
out.
code for a living and this is killing me. Software is not physical whatsoever. If there is anything physical being touched, moved, repositioned, rewired, that's hardware.
That's what I was trying to explain earlier. There is software. You have to have
Software.
something that contains the software.
Yes,
to
and
put
that is
into
the hardware.
arcade machine.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's the hardware.
He took
it's
out
the
the
motherboard.
software.
Okay. You
He
cannot
took
take
out the
out this.
hardware
Okay.
Guys! He took out the hardware thing that contains the software, was editing the software
Hmm.
on like his phone or something, and now he's putting the hardware that holds the software back in the machine so the machine will work. He's
Okay.
not.
Thank you for the
It's okay, it's okay.
clarification. Now I can picture it.
Yes. That's what I tried to explain earlier.
It's okay, it's okay.
Sorry.
It's okay.
Hmm.
But yeah, the machine will now work.
Huzzah! Well, hopefully you're gonna test it out and make sure.
Yeah. Like it'll
Okay.
turn on and there will be a game there.
Yeah.
With a fourth player.
Hopefully.
Well, the way that this game works, I think, is you have the start screen where there's select how many players you're going to play. The cabinet itself has like 4 sets of controls in the cabinet, so that each player has
Right.
their own set of controls and they can play simultaneously. And it's like hit the controls for player 1, and then if you want a player 2, they'll hit the controls for player 2, and so on.
Yeah.
Yeah, like those Teenage Ninja Turtle beat 'em ups that have all of the different players. I Yes, thank you
Kestrel
for
will-
recognizing what I'm talking about. Anyway,
Kestrel will do whatever Ajax says he should do.
Yeah,
for
so
now.
Ajax like closes up the machine so nothing hits them while they're playing and is like, "Can you help me test this?"
He'll just nod, like he's don't think he's ever played an arcade game, but
Why does Ajax keep running into people who don't play games?
he's gonna try.
This is his curse. The area that he works in, nobody knows what he's talking about because they don't play arcade games.
Elaine
Yeah.
is right there, but okay.
Did you ever visit him?
They were
No,
in
good
Crossfire
point.
together.
They were.
But that
But
wasn't in
she
the
doesn't visit
arcade.
him as, like, no, it was
That's then.
Yeah, but Ajax is gonna like start up the thing and select player one as his thing.
okay. Yeah. And Kestrel will grab the player 2.
Now,
Did I miss something?
what is your approach for players 3 and 4?
But before we do that, ironically, we're getting in on the exact same way the FPS title card is set
That's
up.
why I set it up in that order. I was thinking this was
Yeah.
the order in which you would join.
And you were right.
Good.
It's almost
Yep.
like when I control the game, I can make things line up with my vision of reality.
You have power.
Hmm.
Yeah. So Ajax is gonna like start looking around, maybe try to see if Harlequinette is somewhere nearby, because he has no clue who else could play with them.
Well, to your luck, it looks like there is a lone child standing around nearby. Franky, you finally found Ajax.
Oh my gosh, fucking finally.
The guy.
She has
It's
been
someone
circling
familiar.
the arcade 5 times already. She has no clue how she kept missing this
Yeah.
particular area.
Like you passed, I
He
think you
finally
even
stood up.
I think with a nat one you passed by this area earlier, but because the arcade machine was like opened up and actively being worked on, you did not see Ajax inside it.
Yeah,
So
and now he's finally standing up.
Yeah, he's finally standing. He's there, and Frankie is just like, oh. She kind of hits her forehead with the palm of her hand, and kind of trots up to Ajax. And, well, yeah, she'll pull out a shirt. She's going to kind of look up to Kestrel. It's like, oh, it's him. Well, shit.
So, Frankie's like somewhat disguised, like with her hood and stuff, right?
Currently, what I'm imagining is that she has zipped up her hood, and she's zipped up her jacket, has her hood up, which is casting a bit of a shadow on her face. You know how it is in like cartoons when there's like a small
Yeah.
shadow on a kid. She's also sort of changed up her outfit so she's less recognizable. She's wearing the skirt from the Halloween game, but
For tune logic, can I roll an intelligence check to see if Kestrel will recognize her?
you could try.
sure.
Go ahead.
Disguises do work like that in tunes. You just
Well,
you could
Frankie
just put
Frankie isn't a tune.
She isn't a tune.
yeah, but Kestrel is.
Yeah, so that's why Kestrel's perception of Frankie might just be, this is not Frankie, this is a similar looking child.
Yeah.
10.
10, I'd
Kestrel definitely squints at you.
say, this kid looks vaguely familiar, but you can't really place her.
I mean,
Yeah.
the Razzie jacket might be giving some deja vu, but I mean, that's just a piece of merch that's sold here.
Yeah,
Any kid could wear that.
Kestrel sees probably at least a dozen kids a day wearing that exact same hoodie. It means nothing.
Yeah, so he just kind of squints at her, is processing, but nothing really clicks. Even
Yeah,
as she
no,
walks up.
Yep, nope. She kind of looks up to you, Kestrel, and to you, Squinting, she instantly stops making eye contact, and she's going to just pull on Ajax's shirt.
He'd like turn around and like look at her and be like, "Oh, hey, kid, what you need?"
Uh, she didn't think this far. Oh no, nothing has been thought.
Every single person except Ajax in this being like, "Oh no, I didn't think that far ahead."
I didn't expect to be asked that very normal question.
Well, she
No,
had an
they-
idea, but then Kestrel is throwing her off the rhythm because she was planning to just go, "Hey, so there's like an animatronic that's broken. I need your help." But now that Kestrel is here, she's gonna be like, there's something broken, and I kind of need your help."
Yeah, he would just perk up immediately and focus completely on her and be, "Yeah, where is it? What's wrong?"
I don't really know how to describe where it is. I could show it to you.
Yeah, he like smiles at her and nods and says, "But you'll have to give me a second. I'm trying to fix this machine right here, but we're kind of running low on players to test it."
If I help, would you? Nah, you'll help me if I help, regardless. Well, I could try helping.
Really? Thanks, that'd be great.
She shrugs and goes up to it
Next to Kestrel.
next to Kestrel, and she is going to press to be player 3. So, yay! And she's like,
Mhm.
"Okay,
Kestrel has
what is this?" And she's pressing all the buttons.
Ajax just laughs and he's like, it's Nightlights. Pretty normal fight 'em game where you like go through a whole area fighting monsters and stuff. But there's been trouble with like the fourth player option. So that's what we're trying to deal with right now.
Yeah.
Oh,
Anyone want to try hitting that player 4 button to see if it works?
I will since I'm closest.
Yeah. That is something a
Also,
child
you
would do, just hit all the buttons and then the buttons next to it.
Yeah.
yeah, Kestrel will be like, perhaps don't go hitting all the buttons immediately.
Too
But
late.
of course she
Well-
will listen.
Well,
Yeah.
Mm,
why not? How am I supposed to figure out what each button does?
Yeah,
Uh.
Ajax just pats Kestrel on the shoulder and says, "Let her go crazy with it a little. As long as she's not breaking the buttons, it's fine."
She's
I
not even
mean, hasn't
hitting them that
everyone
hard.
done that when we were a kid?
No.
She's hitting the
Oh.
fourth player button.
Yeah. Unfortunately, no matter how many times Franky hits the 4th player buttons, the player 4 option on the screen does not light up. It just makes a little, like, disabled noise. To be like,
Mhm.
it's still not working.
Ajax sighs. Like, his mask visibly has a droopy expression.
Aww.
Aww.
Well, and Franky continues hitting buttons. And without
Absolutely.
player 4, the game starts up anyway. So.
Oh, I
Kestrel
tried.
sighs.
Yeah. One thing I want to make sure is that whenever you guys imagine Ajax, he's wearing a digital mask, so you can absolutely imagine him with any, like, super expressive face on, or like emojis or pictures. So get silly with your visions of him, please. I love it.
You know, I don't actually.
And the
Is
diddle.
Ajax a 2?
Yes.
Yeah, he is.
Oh, right. You were talking earlier about how it's supposed to be 12 for. Okay, I'm right. Okay, thank you.
Yeah. He is attuned, but
Never
he
mind.
also has a digital mask, so he can have extra tuning expressions or straight up emoticons in pictures.
Good. He deserves it.
Yeah.
Mm,
Kestrel just sighs when the game starts up anyway, just like, okay.
yeah. So the start screen goes away, and before you guys get the chance to hit any buttons, the screen flashes with a very bright light. And then for a moment, everything is dark. And then you find yourselves in a place that does not look like the arcade. Can everyone roll perception?
Yippee!
Kestrel's perception isn't great. Let's just plus one. Yeah. 17. Yippee!
You were talking how his perception wasn't great. Anyway,
15, 16, 17, all pretty good. So, yeah, you're definitely not in the arcade anymore. The room you find yourselves in is fairly dimly lit. It's pretty dark, but you can make out from some faint colored lights that you're in what seems to be a circular room with stone walls and floor. There are some dim, flickering fire torches on the walls, a couple of small, thin windows, and overall, it looks like you have found yourselves in a sort of medieval castle. And
Yeah.
with the 17, I'll say that Kestrel is standing a little bit close to the wall and notices that the fire coming out of these torches looks a little bit pixely around the edges. But when you turn to see the other two players, each of you will see that the other two players have also come to this room with you, and they don't look quite the same as they did in the arcade. Does
And
everyone?
here's where we put all the pictures.
Yeah, does everyone top to bottom want to describe the look that their character has in this game?
of course. So I have a picture to go along with this. So Franky has completely lost the jacket, and her face is now fully exposed. In fact, it is glowing and much harder to miss. She has a white brim hat with a little bell on it, and she's wearing a red dress with a apron at the front with big gloves and steel boots. So she also has two braids that loop around.
And her whole outfit is red.
Yeah, she is really red.
Nice.
And my turn?
Yeah.
Yep, your turn.
Yeah. Like, I am gonna describe him, but I do want to say the first thing he says is, that wasn't supposed to happen.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
Yeah, I think after the descriptions, you can get into your character's reactions to all this.
Yeah.
Just want to
Yeah.
finish setting the scene first.
Ajax is very, very green. He looks like a mix between a knight and a prince with his normal pants. And he's also got ye old roller skates on. And he's got a knight's mask that kind of looks like a mix between his usual mask and a knight helmet. And it's got a glowing green crown on it, and there's a lot of lightning bolt symbols on him that are all glowy, and a couple of triangle symbols on him. And he's got this cool fiery feather thing at the top of the knight's helmet.
Nice.
Nice. which I think
Finally,
leaves.
time for you to show us the bird.
Yeah, I
You've
think
held
it's
us
time for
held it
It's
Kestrel.
off,
bird
guys.
time. Come on, bird time.
You
Show
said
us the bird.
Ajax looks sort of like a mix between a knight and a prince. Kestrel looks sort of like a mix between a knight and a princess.
I knew it! I knew you were gonna do princess!
Yes.
I knew it!
yes.
Dress. I'm bad at outfit descriptions, but he's got like the one piece of armor on the shoulder and like sort of leathery and like the gloves and the sword and the dress. Yeah, and purple.
I knew you were gonna do princess. I
Nice.
did not expect us to do knight royalty combos, both of us.
Hey, works.
So technically Franky's the one that doesn't fit.
I mean, she was kind of supposed to be a mix between a princess and a blacksmith. So she
That
still
works
has the
then, right?
royalty half, but not the
Yeah.
knight half.
Yeah, we're all royalty, but we're also
Yeah.
armor and knights. Very cool.
Very cool. Very cool indeed.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're so right, MJ.
So,
So, yeah.
Yeah.
descriptions covered. How's everyone reacting to this situation?
Well, I already said Ajax's piece.
Kester
She-
rolled a high enough. Kester rolled a high enough perception that he's probably like, um, something doesn't feel right. He's not gonna say anything yet. He's a little bewildered, a little stunned. He's gonna need a minute.
When Ajax sees him, he does say, "Oh, you're rocking that dress."
Ah, he fluffs up immediately.
Can't take a compliment.
Yeah, I mean, that combined with also what? he is fluffed up and he is blushing a bit as he looks down.
Oh, dearly beloved. On the other side of the room, while Castro is fluffing up over the fact that he has a dress, Franky is fighting her dress. Like, no, this is, no! And she's kind of like, it's too big, too heavy. She's not having a fun time with the dress.
Ajax looks around and he's like, "Why am I the only one with that dress?
You can take mine.
Aw.
I don't want it.
It's too small."
And Kestrel's is probably too big.
Kestrel's broad, Ajax is a twink.
It's fine. But yeah, regardless, once Franky has accepted her fate of being in a dress, she's just going to be like, okay, how did this happen? Where are we?
Ajax just shrugs and is like, "Honestly, best explanation I have is Toon shenanigans. I have no clue."
Kestrel just grumbles. He just grumbles.
But I will also say that, yeah, no, now both of you know that Franky is in here with you. That would
Ajax does not know who Franky is. You only gotta worry about Kestrel.
It takes it takes Kestrel a good moment, and then because mind is a little preoccupied, but then he like looks at Franky and blinks and oh no.
she's not fully aware on what you are knowing, but she looks over to Kestrel and is like, yeah, I'm not particularly thrilled to be in here with you either. How do we get out?
While you two are having an argument, in my mind, Ajax is like sitting down position because like it fell back in shock from the light or something. So he does one of those cool like jump ups where he like rears back and then jumps directly onto his feet. Because I think that's he deserves it.
Mm-hmm.
That's very cool. It's good for him.
So yeah, with those perception rolls also, now that you've seen your new outfits, you are all emitting faint colored light, and you're all very obviously color coordinated to one color, and you are emitting faint light in that color.
Nice.
Yeah, and I think, like, it's at this point that you hear, like, a little musical jingle play, and the words level 1 just sort of beam in from nowhere.
No. No.
Oh, that's what kind of situation we're in. Okay. Yeah, that makes a lot of
No.
sense, actually.
Kestrel puts his head in his hands.
Franky is confused. She doesn't understand the situation.
Ajax like looks at her and is like, "This is like one of those situations where, you know, like in movies where sometimes people get like beamed into a video game. That's what just happened.
We've been Jumanji'd.
We've been Jumanji'd!" And he like throws his
Kestrel
hands up
did
and.
Kestrel
I
did
don't-
not sign up to be Jumanji'd.
Well, too
With the
bad.
child.
The child has been Jumanji'd. I don't. She hasn't seen Jumanji. Either film.
Kestrel probably hasn't either. Well, he might have seen the original one. I feel like he would have seen the original one.
That one Nothing in Life Matters meme, except it's Kestrel and Ajax, and it's We've been Jumanji'd.
Ajax like pumps his fist about it, and Kestrel is just that's not a good thing. This is not a good thing.
Exactly. That's exactly what's happening.
So, yeah, as the level 1 fades out, the room kind of shimmers, and carrying over your perception checks, you can now see there are a couple of little slimes in the room and a gelatinous cube in the middle. Everyone want to roll initiative?
Absolutely.
We have our
Initiative.
weapons, right?
Yes, you have all of your weapons, tools,
I
spellcasting
meant like the
focuses.
game given weapons.
I did not. I mean, like,
Kestrel has a sword.
you
and
have
he has
the
that,
thing.
That's
You have the things that you have on your sheet.
yeah.
Oh.
Video gamified.
It's video gamified. Kestrel has a
Where's
sword
my
still, but
initiative
no
button?
glows.
Where's my initiative button?
Oh well.
I don't. Is it in this area? Yeah. Okay.
Kestrel rolled really good.
Nice.
Did. Let's see.
Yippee!
We're using the weapons we have in our sheets, right?
Yes, you were
Yeah.
not given anything extra by the game.
That makes this Prince outfit very funny because he's either gonna have to use a crossbow, a hammer, or a club. None of which are very Prince.
Hammer!
Hammer. Yeah, I'm going with hammer.
Hammer! Glowing hammer! Kestrel
Franky.
just unsheathed his sword.
Yeah, and as you do, That sword blade is glowing.
Nice.
It's very cool. Unfortunately, Kestrel doesn't care about that. He's just stressed.
I think the only one happy about this situation is Ajax, and that's because he's a game nerd.
He's a gamer.
He is.
Of
Good for
course
him.
he is. Of course he is.
He deserves
He's
it.
probably actually beaten this game multiple times, so I think he would at least know like what enemies are called what.
Okay. Yeah. At minimum, he has played this before a load of times, because I think you've said Ajax has gotten the, like, max
He's
high
gotten the
score
highest
on
score.
every game,
Yeah.
so.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
He knows the situation.
Good for him.
I'm
Good for him.
just getting all my initiative and hit points and stuff in order. Alright, the first turn is for Kestrel.
Yippee! Kestrel has
Kick-ass
a
Kestrel.
sword. Well,
I was saying
oh,
kick-ass Kestrel.
So,
Kestrel has a sword. So what enemy?
yeah, I was gonna say I
Yeah.
should describe the enemies. So in the center of the room, there is a gelatinous cube, which is a big slime cube with some pixelated, cartoony skeleton in it. And then, along one wall, you see a group of 3 smaller little green slimes.
He's I'm just gonna say he goes for the big slime first, the cube,
Mm-hmm.
with his sword. Uh, sword. That's +6 to hit. Does that hit?
That hits.
Yippee! Do I have any features that can increase this damage? I hope so, because the damage isn't great. This is why I don't like playing non-spellcasters.
Nice.
Oh, he has assassinate. He has advantage on attack rolls against any creature that hasn't taken a turn in the combat yet. And
Ooh.
Well, he
in
already.
addition,
Sorry, in
oh
addition.
yeah, he just in addition, any hit you score against a creature that is surprised is a critical hit, but this doesn't count as surprise. Okay. So he just hits it. Okay.
So roll damage. Unless you want to roll twice and see if you crit.
Oh, well, absolutely. I want to see if I crit. 6.
Nope.
It's not crit. 3d6 extra damage on attacks where you have advantage. He has that.
Okay. Roll your
That's it.
damage. You can.
I'm so sorry. I don't
No,
like
you
going
can-
first.
You can take that 3d6 extra. This combat is supposed to be fairly easy for you, so absolutely.
So that's an extra. Wait, what?
3d6 for sneak attack
Uh,
seems a little off.
Yeah, it's it's 1 per turn. You deal an extra 1d6 damage to one creature you hit with an attack if you have advantage. The attack must use a finesse or ranged weapon, and I don't think no, it is finesse. Okay, never mind. So that's so total. It's 2d6 plus 3. Okay.
It's all right, folks. We're
Is my
having a
math
D&D
good?
moment.
Is my math
Certified
right?
D&D
Is it 2d?
moment.
It's
What
1d6 plus 3 without.
1d6
It's a
plus
short
3
sword.
without, and then plus the 1d6. Yeah, 2d6 plus 3 sounds right.
Yippee!
Unless you are. Wait, what class?
10.
What level are you in Rogue?
5.
So you do get 3d6 on your sneak attack.
Oh.
So add another 2d6.
I
Roll another 2d6.
6.
4.
So 14 damage.
Okay. A solid hit. I think you, like, with your sword, slice off a corner of the cube and it sort of, like, dissolves into pixels.
Good.
Anything else on Kestrel's turn?
What else can you do, little buddy? What else can you do? Bonus actions. Do you have any bonus actions, little buddy? Well, he has, like, the dash or disengage or hide action. Dash just, he's gonna, like, dash just means you double your movement speed for 1 turn, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so he's gonna, like, slice at the cube and then not be within range of the cube. Get away from the cube.
So that would be disengage. If you want to leave
Disengage
combat,
means you leave.
if you want to
He
back
does not wanna
away
leave.
without getting an attack of opportunity, if you want to leave the, like, melee range of the gelatinous cube without taking an attack of opportunity, that's disengage. If you dash
In
across
combat, so like,
if you dash across the room without disengaging, this thing gets an opportunity attack on you. Also, the room is
Sure.
like 60 feet across at its widest point, so there is no need to dash.
oh, then just normal movement then.
Are you disengaging?
No, just getting out of range.
Okay. I'm going. The gelatinous cube is going to make an attack of opportunity on you.
Understandable.
Does a 15 hit?
Yes. Ouchie.
Yeah.
All right, you're taking 13 points of poison of acid damage.
Ouchie. This is why I have my calculator. 31 minus 13. Okay, so that's the end of his turn, right?
Yes.
He is now at 18 HP.
Okay.
He's not bleeding. He's not bleeding.
Okay. As Kestrel retreats, so the three small green slimes are against one wall. From the opposite wall, you see some sludgy ooze that you thought was just like mold or moss or some other goop dripping down the wall. Start to move with a purpose. And Grey Ooze, who is this going to hit? Who is this going to try to hit, rather?
Ooh.
Let's see. I think that's going for Franky.
Ah.
I was hoping it would hit me because I've got a reaction for it.
Well, there's still time.
Kestrel also has a reaction for it.
Does an 11 hit Franky?
Thankfully, no.
Okay. You see this,
It is-
like, tendril of goo reach out from the wall, but you manage to dodge in time as it lashes out futilely into midair.
I'd imagine she shrieks as this thing just comes right at her. So, she steps aside and she's shrieking. It's like, ah! What is that?
Good question, Franky.
All of this. Anyway.
It is now Ajax's turn.
Okay. Ajax, upon seeing that a child is in danger, and he has no clue if this is one of those you die in game, you die in real life situations, is going to cast Enhance Ability on Franky. And he's going to cast Bear's Endurance. The target has advantage on Constitution checks. It also gains 2d6 temporary hit points, which are lost when the spell ends. The spell is like an hour. So he's gonna like softly put his hand on her shoulder, and like a pixel symbol of a bear like appears above her, and then like melts down into her, and now you are enhanced.
I had the mental image of Razzie. A pixelated
Yes.
version of Razzie.
Oh, yes.
Pixel Razzie head.
So you said 2d6 points worth of hit points?
Hit point. Yeah, and you have advantage on Constitution checks.
Do you
Right.
want to roll those 2d6, doll? Since you're
Oh,
casting the spell.
2d6. Okay. R slash
Slash R.
2d. Oh, slash R. Slash R 2d6.
You gotta select the like action that pops up from the menu when you type in slash R.
No action is popping up.
Alright. I will roll it instead.
This is why I prefer to use the other thing. I have physical dice. I can do it myself.
Okay.
1 second.
Yeah.
This card just doesn't like me. I will use the cool glowy cursed green dice for you as good luck charm. 5 and 4.
So 9. Nice.
But yeah, you now have the strength of Razzie imbued into you.
Yay! She looks up to Ajax, forgot his name for a second, and she just kind of nods. Yep, okay, this is fine. I feel rejuvenated somehow. Okay.
Hey, you feel like you could stand an extra couple hits. You're stronger.
Yay!
I like that he did that for the child, who I think might have more health than Kestrel does.
Well, that was a child who was screaming. And again, child.
I understand it, but also Kestrel's a little pouty about it.
What did you expect, Kestrel?
He got acided.
I got child privileges. Suck it.
Oh, Kestrel does not like her.
She doesn't say that, but
To be fair,
I have other good enhancing spells. You can wait your turn.
anything else?
I'm all about buffing.
Yeah. Is Ajax gonna do anything else on his turn?
That was an action, so I'd probably like move so he's not directly in line of fire if there's anything near him.
Yeah, I think you're not in melee range of anything, so.
Then he's probably just gonna move in front of Franky.
Aww.
Aww.
Good.
Very cute.
Beloved. Yeah, no, Franky will use him as a human shield for now.
Franky. He's being nice.
He is being nice. At the risk
Be
of his
nice
own health.
back.
He's being
What am I-
nice, and also you.
Am I supposed to stand in front of him?
Need
What do you want me to do to be nice back?
At least say thank you.
Yes, that.
Thanks.
No problem.
Alright, that makes it the gelatinous cube's turn.
Yippee.
No one is within range of it, but it starts slowly scooching towards Kestrel. Now, I will say Kestrel is further than 15 feet away from it, which is how far it can move in one turn. But it is valiantly approaching and trying to reach him, and that's all it can do. It doesn't have ranged attacks. It's slime. But from a patch of wall near where that ooze just tried to hit Franky, more ooze is coming out of the wall and is going to try and take a swing at Ajax. Let's see.
Oh,
Does a
let's see.
16 hit?
Let me look, because if it does, there's gonna be something fun we can do. That is exactly armor class. I can't remember if you have to get exactly or higher.
Meets it, beats it. So it does hit. Let me just roll.
Yeah, but I'll harsh field as a reaction spell.
How does that work?
An invisible barrier of magical force appears and protects you. And of course, since this Ajax is not going to be invisible, it's going to look cool. Until the start of your next turn, you have a +5 bonus to AC, including against the triggering attack, and you take no damage from magic missile.
Oh,
So
cool.
since it only just mattered, I now am 5+ higher than that, so it does not hit.
Hell yeah. So this
And
thing's...
it looks like this giant pixel shield just like whooshes up and it smacks into the shield instead.
Hell yeah.
Cool.
Very cool.
Nice.
And that's all it can do, so it's now Franky's turn.
Wait, has
I think-
Ajax gone?
Yeah,
What's
you
the
went
turn
right
order
after.
again?
Yes, you cast the spell on Franky.
Yeah. You're right.
And you're now standing right in front of her. Seeing all of this, I think the best she's gonna be able to do for now is pull out her crossbow. Can't remember where the hell is your crossbow? Baby girl, where? Oh, I didn't add it. Okay, whatever. Screw this. So, she's gonna pull out her crossbow and she's going to try and shoot it at the gelatinous cube.
Alright, roll to hit.
God fucking damn it.
Oh, no.
That's an 8.
Good news. Slime is not known for its armor. That hits.
Oh, wow. Yay! Okay, damage time.
Zen, could you write down the turn order? Pengu wants
Yeah,
to know
I'm copy pasting it.
it.
Oh. Thank you.
That is 9 damage.
Yippee.
Alright. Yeah, I think, your arrow hits near one of its edges and splatters some of its slime away, and it again dissolves into little pixels and floats away.
Yay!
Yippee! Anything else on Franky's turn?
Uh, so far, no. I'm gonna have to look at how reloading works.
Don't worry about it, because I don't want to have to worry about it.
Alright, fair enough. Then, no.
Alright. Which brings us to the cluster of 3 little green slimes against the opposite wall, who are going to start slinking their way over towards Kestrel and attempt to whack him with little pseudopods of slime. I'm guessing that hits.
Yikes.
That's a 10?
No, it's rolling 3 because there's
Oh.
3 of them. 20, 10, 16.
The 20 and 16 both hit.
Okay.
Kestrel has uncanny dodge, which is that. I'm not sure if that only applies once or if that applies to both attacks that hit them. I will I will do whatever you say on that.
I am treating these as a swarm, so I will say that it will work on the damage from all of them. So,
Oh, yippee.
Together they would deal 14 damage, so you were only taking 7. Oh, wrong chat.
Yippee. 7 damage.
Looking at my
He is
spells
now
now, and I
bleeding.
have so many buff spells. I'm like, Ajax is a support role. I'm just realizing this.
Good.
It's okay. Me and Kestrel
Kestrel's-
can protect you.
Yeah, it's just
Yeah,
I've never
Kestrel's
played
bleeding.
a support role before. I've never played a support role before, so I'm trying to figure out how I parse these spells in the best way possible for you guys.
And I'm like, I love support characters. I love support roles.
And then you're gonna love Ajax, because I'm gonna be helping you next.
Yippee!
And it is now Kestrel's turn.
Kestrel's bleeding.
Oh no.
Yeah. As a bonus action, you give yourself advantage on your next attack roll on the current turn. You can use this bonus. I'm just gonna. I'm not.
What's it called?
It's steady aim.
Okay, yeah, you can use that.
Okay, he's gonna use that, and I assume that those little swarm guys are still within it.
Yep, they are within
range.
melee range.
Slashity.
Alright, roll to attack.
At those. 20 plus 6.
That hits. Roll your
Oh, well,
damage.
roll twice to see if I crit. I'm gonna roll twice to see if I crit.
Mm-hmm. Exact same.
Oh,
The universe
nope,
said
yeah.
The universe said you will get 18.
So do I still get the advantage of that extra 3d6 then?
Let me check.
It says you can use that once per turn.
Yep. You can use.
Yippee!
You can deal your sneak attack.
So that's 4d6, right?
Yep, plus 3, I think.
4d6 plus 3.
18.
18 damage.
Woo!
On the swarm.
You slash out with your sword and slice clean through one of the little green guys and take it out entirely, and it dissolves into pixels, and now there are only 2 little slime guys left.
Yippee.
Is that all for Kestrel's turn?
Yes, because he can't move now because of that bonus action used.
Right. So, the first gray ooze, the one that tried to hit Franky,
Yes.
well, Doll has stepped away, so rather than trying to hit Ajax, it's going to try and hit Franky again. Ajax is in the...
No, I'm
Ah.
back now.
Okay.
I'm back now. I literally just finished when you said that. I'm back. You can hit
Okay.
me.
So it's going to try to hit Ajax, reaching out a little pseudopod. Does a 16 hit? Oh right, you still have the
No.
bonus to AC, so it doesn't.
Yeah, so no.
Yeah, it smacks against the same little pixelated shield and sort of splatters and does nothing. Which makes it Ajax's turn.
Okay, now to do more buffing. Okay, I have two things I can do because I have an action and a bonus action spell. Okay, first up, I'm gonna cast Aid. Your spell bolsters your allies with toughness and resolve. Choose up to 3 creatures within range, the 3 of us. Each target's hit point maximum and current hit points increase by 5 for the duration, which is 8 hours. So everyone add 5 to your current hit points and your maximum.
Oh my god.
Yippee!
Yippee!
I'm a buffer. I do this.
You absolutely are. Congratulations.
So add 5 HP to both current HP and max HP.
Yeah, so like if you get healed later, it will go up to the new max.
Yippee!
I'm gonna have to remind myself to change that once this game is over.
Let me make a
No,
note.
it only lasts 8 hours.
Yeah, but if
so
if they're changing it on their sheet, it needs to be changed back after those 8 hours.
oh yeah.
Yeah. Coolio.
Right.
Yippee!
I'm just gonna like write down how much HP I have because DMV is fickle.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and now I can do my second thing. Also, are you still bleeding? Because I did technically just heal you with +5.
Well, you did, but you didn't heal it. But now that you've raised max HP, he's not above half of his max HP. So does that mean he's still
No,
bleeding?
it's current HP as well. So you have
Yeah.
gained 5 hit
I
points
know.
currently.
I know. You raised his max HP to 36. Half of 36 is 18. He only has 16 HP right now.
So yeah, he's still
Yeah,
bleeding.
but you add 5
he
to that
had
16 as
he
well.
no, he had 11. Now he has 16, but his
Oh.
max also went up.
Okay.
Yay.
Okay, now
So, yes,
for my
he's still
bonus
bleeding.
action. I'm gonna cast Branding Smite. The next time you hit a creature with a weapon attack before the spell ends, the weapon gleams with astral radiance as you strike, and you get plus 2d6 radiant damage
Aw.
to the enemy. And it glows when it gets hit, but it's already glowing. So next time I hit something, I'm gonna hit hard.
Yippee!
Nice. And this makes it once again the gelatinous cube's turn. It continues shuffling across the room, and I think it is going to go after Kestrel.
Okay.
What's it gonna do? I think it's going to try to engulf you. Kestrel, roll a dex
Oh.
save.
Okay. It doesn't say how often I can use Uncanny Dodge, so I don't know, but I'm gonna make that dex save.
Let's see.
That sounds like
I
a
don't know how-
Pokemon command.
It's when it hits you with an attack, which this technically isn't, so
Oh, okay.
it is
So
entering your
just,
space, or attempting to enter your space. So it hasn't hit you yet.
Dex. That's a dex save. Crumbs. +3. R. D20. +3. 14.
That makes it.
Yippee!
So on a successful save, you can choose to be pushed 5 feet back or to the side of the cube. Or you can let it swallow you. But
side of the cube, because that still keeps him within range to attack it his next turn.
Okay, do you want to go to the side with the green slime blobs or the gray ooze coming out of the wall?
Gray ooze.
Alright. And that is all for its turn. So,
Because that's also where, like, Franky and Ajax are, right? Because Franky
yes.
has been hit by the green. Okay, so yes,
Mhm.
definitely side with the gray ooze.
And just in time, because it is now Grey Ooze 2's turn. It's now got a little bit of a choice of who to hit. And it's going for Kestrel.
Yippee!
Does an
Right.
18 hit?
Yes. Can
Alright.
he use Uncanny Dodge?
Yep.
Yippee! Have that attack damage, please.
So that's going to be half of 14, so 7.
Yippee! You're now at 9 HP.
Jesus.
Man, I really want to hit
He's not
something
doing too
on the
good.
next turn, but I also really need to heal Kestrel. What do I do?
It's okay, it's okay. I can hit one of them
Yeah.
for you.
Okay.
And it is now Franky's turn.
Yeah, exactly.
Bonkus.
I find it really fucking funny the fact that you keep giving that Franky keeps receiving more HP stuff because she does know half false life, which gives her even more hit points. But not gonna do
Turning
that.
Franky into
Yeah,
a tank.
this is only level 1. Save some spell slots for levels in the future.
Yeah, we're turning
Absolutely.
Franky into a tank.
Tanky.
Thank you.
Thank
But yeah, no, she's gonna reload her crossbow and then she's going to take aim for once again the big gelatinous cube that pushed aside Kestrel.
Alright. Roll to hit. That hits! Roll your damage.
17.
Yeah.
Yippee!
Shoot, ignore that. Oh well.
Oh, it wound up being
Nothing
the same
changed.
anyway. Highest damage possible, 11. Yeah, not bad. You shoot another section off of the gelatinous cube and splatter it onto the floor. This thing
gee
is
whiz.
noticeably smaller than it was when you started, but still pretty big. And then anything else on Franky's turn?
There's not a lot of things she has for bonus actions, so no.
Mm-hmm.
I'm wondering if I can do something on my turn that might be very toony and funny and might work because of Rule of Funny.
Okay, well we'll see when it's your turn then. I'm gonna
Mm.
have the green slime swarm. Oh, hang on, I need to take a break. Sorry. I thought I could make it through this round of combat. Be back in
Take a
like 10
break.
minutes.
Okay.
Alrighty, break time.
we're back. And the green slime swarm, it's just 2 of them now, so I think they go around the gelatinous cube, one on either side, to get to the side of the room where now everyone is. And let's give Kestrel a little break. They're gonna go after Ajax instead.
Yippee!
Go, Ajax. Survive this,
Go White Boy,
please.
go! That don't hit.
17.
That does.
Alright. Let's see. So that is 7 points of damage.
Okay. One, two, 4. So I'd be left with 22, right?
I guess so. I am keeping track of the health point math for 4 different enemies. I cannot keep track of yours.
Let me just pull up the calculator. So 29 minus 7. 22. Yeah, I'm right.
Okay.
The worst part of D&D, math.
Yeah.
Well,
So
I
this makes
can't
it
say that-
Kestrel's turn.
yippee! What is nearest to Kestrel?
He got pushed 5 feet to the side of the gelatinous cube, so probably the gelatinous cube, with the Oblex spawn swarm, the little green guys, being a close second.
Although the Latinus cube hasn't really seemed that threatening other than when it tried to eat him. But also it's very slow. So he's gonna go at the little guys. Slash.
Whoosh.
Slash at the little guys. Yeah, let's just also use that steady aim again. Let's give ourselves advantage. I like having that advantage because then I also get to use that extra damage.
Kestrel likes hitting hard.
Yes.
That makes a huge difference for you.
Mhm.
22. That hit.
Oh.
Ooh.
Roll your
Oh,
damage.
do I crit? 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 I don't crit, but that hits. So 4d6. I
Plus
know
3.
numbers. Plus 3. Thank you.
21. Ooh, yeah,
You're
your sword slashes through one of the green slimes entirely, cutting it in half, and it dissolves up into pixels, and you nick the last one as well.
Good.
So there is just one of them left, and it has taken a little bit of damage.
Good.
And you can't move, and you don't really have bonus actions, so we're back to the ooze.
Back to the ooze.
So Great Ooze 1 is going to take a swing at Franky, I think. Because Franky has not gotten hit yet in this fight.
And ironically, she's probably the one with the most HP.
And she's not getting hit yet. That's a 6. There's no way that connects.
Everyone's favorite untouchable tank.
Franky.
Ajax's turn.
Okay, first thing. I'm going to take my hammer, which has the branding smite on it, and I'm just going to shove it into Franky's hands. And I'm going to promptly turn and go over to Kestrel, and I'm going to use Cure Wounds. So, let me get the
Let
dice.
me see.
Is that allowed?
I'm looking it up. Branding smite. The next time
I'm-
you hit a creature with a weapon attack.
However, one, I think it would work as rule of funny because of the way he did it, and two, it's affecting the weapon. You cast the spell, but it's affecting the weapon, and it's really, really funny to me if that worked.
I don't think that works.
I don't want to set this precedent. It says the weapon gleams as you strike. So it's not like something where you charge, where like the weapon is wreathed in flame immediately, and then when you hit, it does extra damage. It's going to glow when
I know
you
that's not
strike
how
with the.
spell work, but I thought it would work with Rule of Funny because of how silly it is. Because that's how Rule of Funny works, is even if it doesn't necessarily work via the words of the spell or action, if it's funny, it can work. That's
I
how
Zen makes
the-
the final call, though.
Yeah, I
Mhm.
don't think this is funny enough to break the rules in this instance. You can still shove the hammer off to Franky, but it's not going to have the branding smite effect if she uses it.
Fair enough. 1d8. Where's my d8? Oh, there. And because I have it at second level, I'm gonna cast it at second level so you get more healing.
Healing!
So
Yay!
8, 2, and what's my spellcasting modifier? 6. So 8, 2, and 6.
16. 16 HP!
Yeah, Ajax just comes
Wahoo!
over. Ajax just comes over, like, I think he's kind of scared for your health, so he, like, lightly side hugs you to heal you, and then, like, lets go of you.
Kestrel, who is in a dress and also is not a hug person normally anyway, is just kind of like, what, but then healing is, okay, oh, okay, this is fine, I guess. He's not gonna complain because you're healing him, but also he's definitely awkward.
Also, I think the healing looks like little green pixelated sparkles around Kestrel.
Yeah. Yeah, and like the little green sparkles and also the little like tiny green heart effects.
Aww,
Aww,
nice.
good. Good. Kestrel feels
Oh.
much better now. He's no longer bleeding.
Franky may not have a branding smite, but she does have a big hammer now. So hammer for
What?
child.
What kind of hammer is this?
Light hammer, but it's still like a weapon hammer, so it's big.
Oh, okay. She has a hammer now.
Yeah, it's 1d4 for damage whenever you want to use it.
I understand that, but unfortunately she has a -1 in strength, so I imagine you hand her the hammer
Oh, no.
and she's kind of struggling to like hold it up like
That's
I mean,
a child.
you don't.
It is
You don't.
it does have the light property, so it's small and easy to handle.
Yeah. It's like it's bigger than like a tool hammer, but it's not huge. So you're good.
It's
Yeah,
not like
but
a
she's-
warhammer. Like
That is-
warhammers.
that is fair. She will keep the hammer, though she might use her other weapons because she has much better modifiers for those. But thank you.
I mean, what is the
I mean,
modifier?
It's your
she's both.
it's d20 plus your strength modifier, which it sounds like for Franky is negative, so Unless
Yes,
you were
it
to
is a -1.
unless you were to throw it, in which case you could use dexterity.
Yeah,
Ooh.
I am
I mean,
absolutely throwing it.
it's light enough. You can, and it's a one-handed weapon, so that's a pretty easy throw.
Now that's fun.
All right. It is now the gelatinous cube's turn. And I think it's going to set its sights on Ajax.
Going for the twink.
I think it will
The twink
also.
is also green.
I think it will also scooch forward and try to engulf Ajax. Ajax, can you make a dexterity save?
You betcha. Green on green violence.
Technically, I think the cube is supposed to be transparent, but it may very well be a little bit green.
I mean, most of the time in video game depictions, they are green. So, and this is a video game.
This is true.
Yeah. Also, everything glows. Wait, the evil stuff probably doesn't. Never mind.
The twink is in roller skates. Joke's on you.
18. Yeah, that makes the save. Do you want to be pushed 5 feet back or 5 feet to the side?
What's like behind me and to the sides?
Behind you is Franky and the Grey Ooze. To one side is Kestrel. To the other side is, I think, the closed door to the room. Not much else.
Yeah, I think he's just gonna skate towards the door, and that's why he gets away that easy. Roller skates, baby.
Yee. Alright. Which makes it time for Grey Ooze 2 to also swing a pseudopod at Franky.
Child.
Let's see. A 7 doesn't hit. On to Franky's turn.
Just a heads up, VB. You can attack whatever you want, but there is only one Ooblex swarm thingy left, so you could just knock that thing out.
So you want me to try and hit the Ooblex spawn swarm?
Yeah,
Or-
there's only one little guy of it left.
True. But also, Ajax did get pushed out of the way by a gelatinous cube, and now that
Yeah.
thing is right in front of her.
Yeah, I know. I was just telling you so you would be aware if you wanted to make that decision. It's up to you.
Fair. But I think the most in-character response from Franky is for the fact that, like, oh, she got handed a hammer. Wait, shit, there's that thing! She's going to try and hit it with the hammer that she was just handed.
Child,
You're gonna
don't
throw the
swear.
hammer directly in it.
Alright, are you swinging the hammer or throwing it?
I mean, how close is the gelatinous cube to her?
It's probably like 10 feet at this point. So you could rush forward and make Amelia think you could throw it. I am offering the throw option because rolling to hit, if you're swinging it, will have to use your strength. If you're throwing it, you can use your dexterity modifier.
Alright. Then if you're giving me the option, then I'll throw it.
Alright.
So.
Bean that thing! Bean it!
Yeet. Yeet.
I'm just gonna use do I use dex? Just
so
flat
it'll
dex,
be
or
a d20 plus your dexterity modifier, so I think it might just be
no weapon proficiency?
Are you proficient in
With the light hammer? Yes.
Okay, so add your proficiency then too.
Cool.
I like imagining this as like a big video game fight, so like I'm seeing the scenes in my head and like the little 2-frame gifs where it goes back and forth in some things.
Cool. Okay, anyway. That's
That
a 15.
hits.
Yay!
Pug.
Beamed it.
I'm assuming damage would be with strength, or would this also
It is 1d4 damage.
1d4 without strength modifier to damage?
With the modifier. the dexterity modifier. So 1d4 plus your dex modifier.
That's a
Not
6.
bad. The hammer smacks against the side of the gelatinous ooze, spraying a little bit of slime, which dissipates into pixels. And then the hammer sort of sinks into the ooze, and you can see it just floating in there.
I'm sorry, Ajax.
Fine, we can get it back once it's dead.
And it is now the turn of the Obelix spot, unless Franky has a bonus action or anything.
Nope. She has nothing.
Alright. So the one remaining little green slime is gonna try to whack Kestrel. Does an 18 hit?
Yes.
Okay. So that will
Half
do
damage.
What?
Because he can have damage, because he can see it.
Alright, well it is 7 damage, so half is 3.
Good.
You're doing great because you got healed a bunch, and now it's only tiny damage.
Yay!
And it is now Kestrel's turn.
Yippee! Kestrel's gonna go for that last slime. And he's not gonna go for attack advantage on that attack. He's just gonna strike it. 20 plus 6. Please hit.
That sure
23. That
hits.
hits.
Roll your
That
damage.
hits. It doesn't get the bonus
Kill it,
damage because doesn't have advantage on that attack, but 1d6 plus 3.
That one, like, you're killing it, girl meme. Like Kestrel.
4 damage.
Yeah, you get like a solid slash in, but it doesn't seem to be terribly affected. Unlike the first couple times you slash these things right in half, it's, still seems to be standing relatively unaffected.
You should have gone for the advantage.
It does a crazy amount of difference with this weapon attack. But
yay. He is gonna move a bit closer to like Ajax and Franky and the gelatinous cube and all though.
Okay.
He has movement.
Does this mean you are moving out of melee range of the Obelix spawn?
Yes.
Are you going to
Yes.
disengage this time?
But he doesn't want to leave combat.
It
Maybe
just,
I don't understand what disengage means.
Look it up, because it just means you don't take attack of opportunity.
Oh!
Yeah, it's.
Does it?
They've basically been asking, do you want to get hit or not? And you've been saying yes.
Oh! I didn't know that!
I was wondering why you willingly took an attack of opportunity from the gelatinous cube.
Take the disengage, please.
Okay, you disengage and you move over closer to Ajax.
I'm so sorry. Kestrel didn't need to end up bleeding after all.
No, he didn't.
I'm so sorry. I am so sorry. I didn't know. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it doesn't mean you're fucking off into the ether and never going to fight again.
I thought it meant like leaving combat, leaving initiative order.
Oh, no.
I'm so sorry.
It just means you're
so
being
sorry.
careful.
I'm so sorry.
Okay.
Kestrel suddenly getting the immense feeling that he did something stupid.
He underestimated the
gets a look.
He underestimated the gelatinous cube at first.
He just kind of gets a look on his face like, oh, something stupid and toony just happened to me.
But that is Kestrel's turn. One of the Great Oozes is going to once again lash out at Franky. Does a 16 hit?
Okay, hi. 16 does hit.
Wait,
Child.
me check-
Alright.
let me check the spells again, because I can't remember if it was only for the healing or was it something else with the enhance. It's just Constitution and healing, yeah. No AC bonus. Got confused. Keep going.
So that will be 11 points of damage for Franky.
Ooh.
Eee.
And if any of you
Ouchie.
want the damage type split out, let me know. I'm just grouping them together for convenience sake.
Understandable.
That's fair. Ooh. Ouchie.
So this makes it Ajax's turn.
Let me look at my spell options. Yippee, yippee, yippee. Okay, what's that one now? Oh. Oh, I do have another buffing spell. However, it makes
More
me nervous.
buffs.
Okay, I have Warding Bond. It's a
Ooh.
really good spell. The one caveat is each time the thing I'm helping takes damage, I take the same amount of damage. And I'm worried because I want to help Kestrel, but Kestrel keeps getting hit.
I'm sorry. He doesn't mean to.
However, it does get resistance to all damage, so that's less damage. So, yeah, I think I'll do it.
It's true.
Okay,
This is true.
Ajax is gonna cast Warding Bond. Another,
Bond.
tapping Kestrel on the shoulder, and then, a big healing buff animation plays. This spell wards a willing creature you touch and creates a mystic connection between you and the target until the spell ends. Well, the target is with 60 feet of you, it gains +1 bonus to AC and saving throws, and has resistance to all damage. And each time it takes
Whoa.
damage, you take damage.
So resistance to all damage types.
And a +1
+1
to all saving throws and AC.
+1
Here,
to
let me,
all saving throws.
yeah, let me just copy paste that little bit that you're gonna get from it.
I copy pasted it into
Fuck,
player chat.
Yeah,
Poggers.
so Kestrel, you just feel this sudden deep bond with Ajax, and you feel like you can take on the world.
Fluff. Feather fluff. I won't elaborate on that.
That's 2 times Ajax has caused fluffiness.
Ajax, they can worry about that later.
They can think about the implications later. They're in combat.
Now is not the time.
Now is not the time.
So,
That
I hope you keep
meme
me
of
right now, Scarlet.
I might be blah blah blah, but I have a job to do, so I'm not worried about that.
I have a job to do, and also I don't want to unpack that. He does not want to unpack that. He's in a dress. He's got a lot going on right now.
it's a problem for later. Anything else on
Yeah.
Ajax's turn?
That was my action, and the only other action I can do is for the thing, and I can't use the thing because I keep having to heal instead of hit. So no, I think this is good.
Ajax
Alright.
just wants to keep his friends alive because he's a
Yeah.
good boy.
He is a buffer by default. That is his nature, both personality-wise and spell-wise. He wants to help.
He's a good boy.
Yes.
A golden
Aw.
retriever boy.
For real, someone needs to draw him with dog ears or something.
I can.
Yay.
Uh,
Yippee!
Yippee!
So that makes it the
Regardless.
gelatinous cube's turn.
Yippee!
And I keep trying to get it to engulf people because one, its one hit was really bad for Kestrel, and two, it's a fun, unique thing that not a lot of monsters can do. So I think
Yeah.
it will.
Just go chomp.
I think it will scoot over and try to engulf Kestrel. Kestrel, make a dex save.
Which she has
Remember-
a +1 to. Thanks,
Yeah,
Ajax.
you're both.
Mm-hmm.
Poggers. What's your dex saving throw? +3. Make that a +4. I can type 4. No, I can't type 4 actually, but I have.
There's one to copy paste.
Oh, thank you. I have a 4 in my clipboard, but I appreciate that.
19. Yeah, that makes the
19.
save.
You're filled with the power of friendship.
You can be pushed back towards Ajax, off to the side towards Franky and the Grey Ooze, or off to the side with nothing anymore.
He's not gonna go towards Franky. He's not gonna go towards Franky. He's gonna go towards Ajax.
All right.
Yeah, as long as you stay within 60 feet of me, you're good. But once you get out of 60 feet, you lose all that buffing, so careful.
You,
yeah, he also wants to stay. The room is 60 feet, you said.
yeah,
right?
you cannot get out of range within the within the scope of this room.
Oh, that's cool.
Good, because he doesn't want to.
We'll need to put that in the editing.
Mm-hmm.
Puppy!
Puppy.
Where's that
Puppy.
website that lets you make a petting gif when you need it?
Oh, I have it. I have it.
Do
I
it.
assure you.
Do it.
I'm working on it. I'll work on it as we combat.
All right.
Yippee.
Until it gets to my turn.
So this makes it Grey Ooze 2's turn. And of course, it's going after Franky again, because you all have left them alone along this wall with the Grey Ooze, just taking turns trying to hit them. Trying to hit her, it. Franky doesn't use them pronouns. 19, I'm guessing,
fine.
hits.
Yup.
Which will be another 11 damage.
Jeez.
I'm just using the average rolls. I can roll for it, but I've been rolling high as the monsters for damage, so I figure
No, that's understandable.
Let's use the average. So this makes it. Oh, the initiative is getting buried in other stuff. This makes it Franky's turn.
Nice. Let her turn to the peckneck that hit her, and to the pecknecks, and she is going to try and stab him.
Finally, someone tries to injure the ooze.
So she's pulling out her dagger and going. It is just screaming, "You peckneck!"
Can Ajax just in the background go, language?
Fuck you! 11.
That hits.
Okay, good.
Roll for damage.
Doing that currently. With another 6.
Not bad, not bad. It is, it is some damage, which is more than anyone has done to the oozes so far. You lash out with your knife and cut off the pseudopod that is just retreating from hitting you, and it disintegrates into pixels.
Is it? Wait. Does that mean it's gone?
No, just the pseudopod disintegrates. The body of the ooze is still there.
Funky. Okay, don't like that.
Yeah, it has more than 6 hit points. So this makes it the I'm gonna move initiative down so that I can see this again, because it's going off the screen. So the little green guy has a turn.
Little green
Who
guy.
will it run up to? I think it will go for Ajax for variety, because I don't think Ajax has been hit yet.
You have
He's been hit
permissions to
once,
pin that?
but that was a
to
while
pin that
ago.
message?
Does a 17 hit Ajax?
Yes.
And Pengu, yes, I could pin the pet thing or the initiative order.
The initiative order.
I could, but it doesn't
The
help
pet does
because I
not
have
need to be pinned.
I have to go back and edit it every time the turn shifts so that I can update the little pointer. So
Makes sense.
having to hit pinned and then find it in the pins or keep the pins window open, which is gonna close anytime I go to the next channel to roll. The 17 hits
But
Ajax,
yeah,
right?
Understood.
Damage. Yeah, it does damage.
So that's 7 damage.
Damage.
7 again.
Damage.
Like I said, I'm using the averages. So this
19
makes
minus
it
7, 15.
Kestrel's turn.
Fog.
Kestrel,
Still
protect
alive?
Ajax. He's squishy.
Protect Ajax.
Good news is,
It's not gonna care about.
since you're within 5 feet of Ajax, you get sneak attack proficiency. You get sneak attack on, I think, any attack you make. Let me double
Wait,
check.
really?
Once per turn, if you have advantage, you don't need advantage on the attack roll if another enemy of the target is within 5 feet of it, and Ajax is an enemy of these things, so that
Another
enemy isn't
reason to protect the
incapacitated and you
squishy
don't have.
boy.
What?
So does that mean? So I just gotta roll to attack and then I get that extra 3d6?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Poggers! I don't know why.
Kestrel just needs to be holding hands with Ajax this entire fight or something.
Happy Pride Month.
What is
Drag around your
16.
favorite twink.
what is Kestrel attacking?
A good question. I should have. What's alive near him?
He is not within range of the gray ooze. He is within range of the cube and the little green guy.
Attack the cube!
Alright, that hits. Roll damage.
Yippee! 4d6!
Plus 3.
Kill it!
You're not gonna kill it with 46. Plus 3.
Dang it.
Yippee! 13. Damage.
Let me check something. Yep. With a swing of his sword, Kestrel slices another chunk off of the gelatinous cube, and it is now officially bleeding. It is below half HP.
Yippee!
Yippee! What does it mean for a gelatinous cube to be bleeding?
Probably like
there's-
pixels coming off it a ton.
Yeah, I think there's like a couple pixels rising from it just casually, and also it's half the size now that it was at the beginning.
Good.
So whose turn? It is Grey Ooze 1. Yeah, I really love Franky alone with the oozes.
The
Kestrel
cube
doesn't-
kept pushing us away.
What?
And also,
The cube pushed Ajax away. That's why he's not over there.
Fair enough.
Kestrel's just a butt.
Kestrel's too busy holding hands with the dog boy.
Okay, so this one is going to swing at Franky, of course. Does a 13 hit?
Of course.
13 does hit.
Alright, so that will be 11 damage. And then it's going to start scooting its way along the wall towards the other two. Does 11...
I'm very, very glad I gave you so much HP additional at the beginning.
I am grateful for that too.
Where's Franky at HP wise?
Let me pull up my calculator.
Math.
Because I don't want to use my brain. Yep, 7 hit points left.
Oh,
Oh
Ajax
boy.
needs to
Ouchie.
get over there fast. Gotta get her healer over there.
So.
Oh, the Grey Ooze is leaving. You can take an attack of opportunity on the Grey Ooze as it starts crawling along the wall away from you.
Oh, she absolutely will. She's stabbing that thing.
Roll to
Ew.
stab.
That's a 17.
That hits.
With 5 damage.
Yeah.
Damage.
Doesn't take it down, but you do slice a little chunk off of it on its way across the wall. And yay! Now all the monsters have taken damage. No one had hit Grey Ooze 1 yet. So it is now Ajax's turn.
How much HP does that green cube have?
The little green guy or the cube?
Either.
I mean, the cube is at half its hit points, but considering how long it took to get it there, you think it still has a way to go. The little green guy, you saw Kestrel take some of those out in one swing, and it's taken a little damage already, so even though it doesn't look bloodied, you think it might go pretty easily.
Okay. So Ajax is gonna like wave to Franky as like a signal of come over here so I can heal you. And then he's gonna do the branding smite because he has that still, I think. So he's
I think so.
so he
Never
is going
used
to
Oh
it,
wait,
attack the little guy.
he just took damage, didn't he? I haven't been having you roll concentration saves when you take damage because I forgot about it. But we'll just say he still has it.
So yeah, I'm gonna hit the little guy.
Alright, roll to hit.
Okay. I have crossbow, so I'm just gonna use that one since it has additional to it and it's highest one, so that's a 24!
It sure does! Is that a nat 20 or?
No, unnatural 20.
Okay. Roll your
Okay,
damage.
so
Oh,
first up. So we got a 5 for the base, and now for the branding smite.
let me wiggle.
So 2d6 radiant damage. So if that thing's weak to radiant, bye bye. So, 5 and 3, 2, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 damage.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, damage.
Yeah, so you fire your crossbow at this, little green guy, and it explodes into a swarm of pixels. It is officially dead.
And Frankie needs to get over here soon so I can heal her on my next turn.
Well, you could move over to her as well, but then Kestra would lose sneak attack, so yeah.
I mean, if we actually say they're holding hands, he could just drag Kestra with him.
He could. I don't think Kestrel would not have initiated the handhold. However, Ajax can initiate the handhold.
Yeah, you know what? Screw it. He's just gonna grab Kestrel's hand and like start pulling him over to Frankie.
One thing I will say to be mindful of while moving is attack of opportunity and who you're in melee range with. Which is, I
Who
guess,
am I
just
in
the
melee
cube
range?
now.
Ajax doesn't have the disengage.
Yeah, so maybe waiting for
power.
Franky to come over is better, but Franky is also would take an attack of opportunity from the ooze, so
It doesn't
Kes-
say how many
Kestrel-
times I can cast shield, and I have not cast shield in a while. So you
uh
know what?
Kestrel
let's see.
Kestrel can and will use his disengage at his next bonus action chance. If Ajax takes his hand and is like, "Hey, let's help the child," maybe.
Yeah.
Alright.
If
It is
it lets me, I can do the shield.
shield is a first level spell, it looks like. So if you have a first level spell slot for it.
I do. I have only used shield out of my 4 fourth level spells.
Okay.
So yeah, I can just cast shield again. So let's do it. Let's go.
Alright.
Yippee!
So let's see the gelatinous cube. Da-da-doo. Well, that's a nat 1, so it wouldn't have hit Ajax anyway. Let's just.
What kind of shenanigans come from the one?
Well, I'm gonna swap these around. So, for the sake of cool factor, so it tries to hit Kestrel, fails. Tries to hit Ajax. 23.
And then
You want to cast shield as a reaction?
yeah, like, big huge green shield. Yippee.
All right. Would after the +5 to AC, would the 23 still hit?
Yeah. Sorry, I need count.
Nah.
Only just barely, I think. So like for coolness factor, it like just manages to break through the shield.
All right.
Ugh.
Maybe it it like it's an overhand swing and it like just nicks Ajax as he's bringing the shield up before it can be blocked.
Yeah.
Sort of thing. So that will be 10 acid damage for Ajax.
Okay, guys, time to really go into protect the squishy mode.
And you
Kestrel doesn't have any reactions to help. Sadly.
And you two are
Sorry.
moving over to where Franky and the ooze are, correct?
Yeah.
Alright. So
think like when he gets hit, he like his mask like gets cracked or something.
Oh. Oh gosh.
Fun.
It is now the gelatinous cube's turn. It is once again going to start shuffling after the two of you, but I think you can move faster than it can, so it doesn't catch up. And it's just slowly shuffling along behind you, but can't do anything. What can do something is the gray ooze 2, which is going to reach out and take a swing at Kestrel. It hasn't gotten to hit Kestrel yet. Kestrel's been on the other side of the room. Does a 12 hit?
Meets it, beats it.
Remember your +1 AC from the warding bond thing.
Yes, with the +1 AC, with the +1 AC, it meets it, beats it.
Yeah. Oh gosh.
Because he's kind of squishy himself.
Man, I might have to retool the later fights. Yeah, I always think he's like a fighter or something. I keep forgetting he's a rogue. So Kestrel will take.
I want
11 damage.
Kestrel will take what?
11 damage.
Does that half with uncanny dodge? Or can
let's see. I think that halves with uncanny dodge. So that would go down to 5. 5 damage.
5 damage. Math. 17. He's at 17 HP. He is bleeding again.
Oh gosh, everyone's bleeding. It's a bleeding party.
Okay, can everyone write
That's
down
not
their current health so I know what order to heal in?
Oh, okay. Will do.
I currently have 7 hit points, but I would like to once again remind that I do have false life, which gives me more hit points.
Child of all people can handle herself.
Yeah, unfortunately, I'm trying to play this as a character.
Mm-hmm.
Understandable.
Understandable.
Jinx.
We all said that.
Alright, it is Franky's turn.
Is there anything that's near her currently?
Grey
Sure.
Ooze 1 is the main thing within melee range. Grey Ooze 2 is, I think 10 feet away, 15 feet away. And the gelatinous cube is slowly approaching, maybe like 25 feet away.
I think for now. Yeah, sure. Let's hit the Grey Ooze. She's perfectly fine with. Actually. Yeah, no, she's gonna hit the ooze instead.
Alright, the one
Stabbing
that's
time again.
closest to you?
Yep, closest to me. Stabbing time again. She doesn't care about her health or safety. It's stabbing time. That's an 11.
That hit.
Oh, wow, okay. Wait a second. Yep, there we go. That's 4.
It's the nat 1 for damage. Like, you stab it, you manage to slice a little chunk off of it.
Stand still! I think she's gonna try and, like, kick some rubble at it, but I don't expect that to do anything.
An attempt was made.
Yeah, it just sits there, ooze, unbothered.
Say
It's
something!
the thought that counts.
So, it is now Kestrel's turn.
Yippee. My superpower is forgetting things. What's still alive?
The only thing that's dead has been crossed out. You are within range of, I will say, everything, pretty much.
Okay. Kestrel's gonna go for that, Grey Ooze that hit him then.
Okay.
The Grey Ooze that hit him. And he's still in range of,
Which I think is
Ajax,
Grey Ooze
right?
too.
Yeah,
Yes.
you're holding hands. You're definitely still in range. You
Yippee!
get your buff.
Yippee! Roll attack then. 12.
That hits.
Yippee. Or
17. Yeah. You swing your sword at this thing, and like your sword scrapes the wall behind it because you slice clean through it. The whole thing dissolves up into pixels.
Yeah.
Yippee!
So Grey Ooze 2 is officially, I think that was the one that hit you, but it was the one with more HP, and it is dead now.
Yippee! Clean through! With the glowing sword!
I love how Kestrel is using Ajax as a good luck charm for the battle.
I mean, it works!
It works!
And then he still gets to keep his movement.
Excellent. Force this man to have friends and do teamwork.
I plan to force him in other ways, but this is fine for now.
This is a great way to force him to become friends with Ajax. Physically relying
This
on
is
him
a
in battle.
start.
Anything else on Kestrel's turn? Bonus actions or movement?
Where was Ajax? Ajax was moving towards
Franky.
Franky.
Towards
yes.
Franky and Grey Ooze 1.
How close did they get to Franky and Great Ooze 1?
I'm gonna say you are within melee range of those two because it's not a very big room. So.
Okay, I don't think he's just gonna. If they're already in that range, then I don't think he's gonna move. He's just gonna. If there's any bit closer to get to Franky, Kestrel will reluctantly move them closer to Franky.
Alright. I'm just picturing him, like, sidling up, looking down at Franky with, like, the most disgusted, hesitant look on his face.
And then there's Ajax, who looks like a puppy upon seeing her, like, friend, we reached you!
Oh, puppy.
Franky greets them with murder in her eyes.
Okay.
Not murder towards them, but murder. Just in general.
Oh. General murder. Understood. Non-directional murder.
Non-directional murder, though much more directional towards the way of the ooze.
Ooh.
Yeah. Speaking of, it is now the ooze's turn. And the surviving ooze is going to try to hit Kestrel. 10 doesn't hit, right?
It does not!
So it's Ajax's turn.
Okay, and, well, Ajax is the one dying the most. We all know how Ajax is, so he reaches over to Franky and starts healing her using Cure Wounds.
I gotta get Kestrel some magic, dude.
Yeah. Ajax self-sacrificial moment.
Ajax, honey. No.
Child is more important than him in his eyes.
Ajax, honey.
He may need a little bit of
Sweetie.
self-esteem issues eventually, but also this is a child. So, 8 plus 6.
Ajax.
Heal!
Ooh.
Oh wait, I can cast it at double. So 8 plus 6 plus 6.
Holy cow. 20.
She would.
Ajax is a
Ooh.
really good healer.
So 20 was restored?
Yup.
Yes. Yeah,
Wow.
Ajax dragged himself, like, very much bleeding from the crack in his mask, and instead of focusing on himself, just healed you for 20.
She's looking. Okay, so she has changed from the fact that, like, she had murder in her eyes, seeing Ajax is just like, whoa, dude! And
Dude.
she's going to look up at him like, okay, yours. You need to be protected now, man.
Yeah, he just gives a shaky thumbs up.
Oh. Ajax, honey.
I don't think he's been this damaged since the accident.
Oh no.
Oh
Ooh.
no.
Oh no.
He hasn't been in many fights.
You know, Kestrel doesn't often wish he had magic. He's pretty chill with what he's got. However, currently, you know?
That'd be nice, yeah.
Yeah.
Anything else for Ajax on his turn?
No, I think that's it.
Alright. So it is now the gelatinous cube's turn. Let me check. It is slinking up behind the group, and it is going to take a swing at Ajax.
Oh no! Guys, the squishy!
Does a 6
No!
hit?
A 6?
Yeah.
No. No, it does not, but I do think he, like, jumps around like a cat who just saw a pickle.
Dog boy become cat.
Dog boy is many things.
So
Chimera.
this makes it Franky's turn.
She's gonna give Ajax a pat. Very quickly.
Pat.
Pat, pat. And then, once again, goes back to stabbing the ooze. She has been doing that the entirety of her turn. Actually, I'm debating on using Searing Smite because it does. Actually, I don't think the gelatinous cube has been hurt in a good long while. So she's gonna look at the ooze. She's going to do the finger thing where she puts it up to her eyes and then points it at the ooze. And she's going to put her dagger away, pull out her crossbow, and aim it at the gelatinous cube with Searing Smite. So the next time you hit a creature with a... Oh wait, no, never mind. That's with a melee weapon. That doesn't work with her crossbow.
Unless it does not.
Your dagger counts
Unless
as a
it does
melee
not.
weapon, doesn't it?
Yeah,
Your
not if
dagger?
not if it's thrown, but you could walk up to the gelatinous cube at this point, because it did just try to hit. It's within melee range of Ajax, and Ajax is within melee range of you, so you either are or could be within just 5 feet of movement, be within
Yeah.
melee range of the gelatinous cube.
Alright, understandable. Would I not...
I will
Would I
say
be leaving the ooze's range? Because
I will say you don't have to worry about attack of opportunity here.
Okay. Cool. Then
Mhm.
yeah, no, she's going to take her dagger and she's going to stab at the gelatinous cube and at the same time cast Searing Smite. Your weapon flares with white hot intensity and the attack deals an extra 1d6 fire damage to the target and causes the target to ignite in flames. So, first of all, gotta roll to hit.
That sure
Pretty
hit.
new.
Roll your damage.
Gotta destroy it and protect the squishy.
So, this is for dagger, and then I'll add the 1d6.
Ooh,
And now
very
it is on
good.
fire. Yippee! So now every single turn, the gelatinous cube has to make a Constitution saving throw or take 1d6 fire damage.
Oh boy,
Nice.
fun. I'm picturing the Minecraft fire effect on it, just pixels.
There's also the click as it takes damage. You know the sound when something takes damage,
Mm-hmm.
or when the player takes damage.
I've never played Minecraft.
Ah, well.
I'm uncultured.
It's just a very loud click sound whenever you get hit. Like,
Mm.
jarring enough that you notice it if you didn't notice the visible effects on screen of getting hit.
Delightful. I hope you know I'm with not knowing the Minecraft sound. I'm imagining the little pop sound when you get hit in Splatoon.
I only ever
Well, now
play on I only ever play on creative mode, so I'm picturing the click of like redstone switches.
It's a little more violent than that, but yeah.
Anything else on Franky's turn?
Nope, that was her action and bonus action.
All right, Kestrel, you're up.
Yippee! Yippee! What's
Protect
still
the
alive?
squishy.
Check the initiative order. It is Grey Ooze 1 and Gelatinous Cube.
Right. Right. Which is closest to them?
Probably the Grey Ooze 1.
Then he's gonna hit the Grey Ooze. Roll. D. R. D1. 6.
Well, the one's a
23.
little
I think
relevant
that
now.
hits.
It's the only one. Yeah, that sure hits. Roll your damage.
Yippee! The 4d6.
Plus
Plus
3.
3. 4d6 plus 3 with the power of Pride Month. 12 damage.
12.
With the power of Pride Month. I'm
Oh,
just
Minecraft
imagining
sound
like
effect.
the sword temporarily turns rainbow.
Oh, that's.
Honestly, it could, if you want. That could be how the sword looks when you have sneak attack.
I like
Oh,
that
fuck
idea a
it.
lot. I like that idea a lot. Kestrel isn't gonna unpack that.
The power of Pride Month fuels you, bird.
See,
Kestrel internally. I'm straight. I swear, I'm straight. I promise I'm straight. He's not, in case you couldn't tell.
you,
Cruz somewhere just perks up like, wait, something's not right. Anyway.
you ever seen that clip from Bob's Burgers? Crew, I think.
No.
You ever seen that clip from Bob's Burgers where he's like, I'm straight. I mean, I'm mostly straight.
I've not seen that clip, but
I will
yes,
send
that's
it
perfect.
to you after. Anyway,
Absolutely.
Kestrel strikes out with his rainbow sword, which I'm also picturing as like moving stripes, like it's a pattern, and slices through the gray ooze, splitting it in half, and it dissolves entirely into pixels. Only the cube
I
is
love
left.
Nice.
I love how Kestrel utterly decimates everything as long as he's like committing gay acts.
Yay! He does. He's not gonna unpack that.
So
He's still holding
not.
Ajax's hand.
Yep.
so it would be the ooze's turn, but it's dead. So now it's Ajax's turn.
It's dead.
There's only one enemy
Ajax
left,
is-
the cube.
Ajax is
The
super
cube.
dying, but he's still not gonna heal himself because he's stupid like that.
Ajax, honey.
And instead he's gonna
Ooh.
cross the thing. Does the 25 hit?
It sure does.
Yippee. 11 damage.
Ambulance.
Ooh, this thing is visibly on like its last legs. It's just sort of wobbling in place, with pixels trailing off of it.
Yeah, like the way he shoots it, I'm just imagining like he holds it out and shoots it, but the recoil is so. He's so injured that the recoil makes him physically almost fall over.
Oh no.
Kestrel will help. Kestrel will help catch him. Kestrel will help hold him up.
Good.
Support.
Oh. And when the arrow hits into the cube, it sends it jiggling wildly. So
Jello.
for the cube's turn, what save does it have to roll again? For being on fire?
Constitution,
It is
right?
Constitution.
Constitution. Let's do that
There's a
first.
song about that. I think there's a song about that. Hold on.
I'm guessing a 24 makes the save.
Oh, it absolutely does. The spell ends.
And the Minecraft fire effects dissipate. That is still obviously in very rough shape, but with what is probably going to be its final action, it does snake out a very shaky pseudopod and try to hit Ajax. Does a 22 hit?
Squishy! 22, yeah! It does! Someone save the squishy, he's gonna die!
Don't
Kestrel doesn't.
trust me for a minute here. I want to show you guys something about how this world works that you haven't discovered yet. So
Okay.
the cube lashes out. The cube lashes out with its pseudopod, doing 10 damage to Ajax, which brings Ajax to 0 HP, correct?
Yeah,
Oh no.
But
it's like double his current HP. He had 5.
But rather than falling unconscious, Ajax, everything feels a little bit fuzzy for a bit, and then everyone hears a little doo 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 sort of noise as above Ajax's head appear 3 red pixelated hearts, and the third blinks and then disappears, leaving him with 2. And Ajax,
That's
you
true.
are now back to full HP, and you have all your spell slots back.
Kestrel just
I
goes,
think
"Oh,
Ajax,
no."
Ajax looks really disoriented and scared. He thought he was going to die.
Oh no.
I'm so sorry for scaring you, Ajax, but someone had to be the first.
Kestrel, you can
Kestrel-
feel a significantly stronger grip from where Ajax is holding your hands.
Kestrel is just gonna look at those little red were they hearts?
Hearts.
Hearts?
Mm-hmm.
Hearts.
Heart.
Kestrel just looks at those little hearts and goes, "Oh no." He's never played an arcade game, but he has absorbed that information through osmosis.
3
Mm-hmm.
lives.
Franky looks up at that and feels a lot better.
But yeah, Ajax is like squeezing your hand a lot harder.
Kestrel will give your hand a little pat. He will give your hand a
Aw.
little pat. He doesn't. Congratulations. Most people don't get that much physical affection from this man.
Aw. Alright, but yeah, Frankie, kill it. It technically killed Ajax. Get revenge.
Yeah.
Yeah, she will.
Alright, and it is
Murder.
Franky's turn.
Murder.
Stabbing that thing. She will continue stabbing.
And I'll
Stab
finally
that
get my hammer
thing.
back.
Yeah.
It is the one thing she knows how to do right now. And that
Stab.
is to stab.
Oh, nat
Yeah.
20, that hit.
That's a dirty 20.
Oh.
Pug.
Alas, well, it still hits.
Still hits.
Pug.
No, I'm sorry.
Still a pug.
And that's a 1 to damage. Not
That's
1.
a 4.
That's a 4 to damage.
Mm-hmm. You know what? This thing is so weak and on its last legs. Frankie, you stab it, and it just pops and splatters into goo that immediately turns into
Ew.
pixels and dissipates. Congratulations! You have finished your first combat. And you hear a little, like, celebratory da-da-da-da-da trumpet. And you also hear the door to the room audibly unlock and creak open a little bit.
She is laughing from the catharsis. She's like, yeah! Suck it!
Oh, imagine you just pointing at the sky.
She gets slightly glared at as Kestrel is still holding Ajax's hand and just kind of, man.
She's saying, suck it to the gelatinous cube.
And
Still.
Ajax is just like, well, everyone's A-okay, so that's all that matters. Nothing bad happened.
Kestrel puts his hand on
We
your
are
shoulder.
immortal!
Maybe that's not the lesson to take from this.
No, it definitely is not.
Ajax is gonna start heading for the door while still holding Kestrel's hand because he's forgetting that he needs to let go.
Kestrel is not gonna comment on that.
They just continue the entire campaign, little sessions with them holding hands.
Franky is trotting behind, feeling a lot better. She's feeling a heck of a lot better about the situation. Yes, she gets to do murder. No consequences.
Man. Please don't murder your allies.
No,
What?
no, she's not gonna do that. She's not gonna kill her allies.
Okay.
I
Okay,
don't
Ajax
even
has
know
been
if
healing
friendly
her.
fire.
Ajax has been healing. That's a that's definitely something that's definitely a reason on why she wouldn't kill him. And Kestrel has also been dealing a bunch of damage, so also a reason on why
Also,
not to kill him.
we don't know if this game has friendly fire. It might not.
Do you want
We
to
don't, and we
find
don't
out?
want to test it.
We
No.
don't want to test it.
Franky
Well,
looks at
no.
Ajax for a second, considering it before going, no.
We're like, what are you saying no about?
Ajax just
Nothing.
died half intact.
It's okay, he'll come back.
Kestrel just yes, Kestrel's just staring at her like, I've never even played a video game and I know what those hearts meant. Please, child.
And reminds me of a song where like the singer also thought they were immortal because they had like the 9 lives of a cat, and then they got down to the last one and they were like, oh wait, and then proceeded to die fully.
Oopsie. So, as you open the door to the room fully, you see a descending spiral staircase with stone steps, also very dimly lit. It seems you're within. I mean, I think you already figured this out, but you're within a tower of the castle. So the only way to go is down.
Great.
Franky is happily going forward, and you hear a clink, 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 clink as the steel of her shoes is striking. I believe the stone.
Yeah, stone. Stone steps.
Yeah.
Just figured out how to do stairs with roller skates so well.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Kes. Does he
Kestrel,
need
you want to
help?
carry him?
Yes, Kestrel will.
Kestrel does not have the
Kestrel will
knowledge
look at-
that he knows how to do stairs with roller skates.
He will not. Oh. If he doesn't see like Ajax struggling or hesitating or anything, then he won't offer, because I think he's also like looking at his dress and like
No, because I think it's funny. I'm gonna have Ajax like stand there for a little bit at the top of the stairs because this is a different type of stairs than he used to, so he's kind of calculating it.
Kestrel takes a couple steps, starts to take like a step down then, and like notices Ajax hesitating, still holding his hand, of course, and just kind of looks at him and is like, looks at his roller skates. Do you need any help getting down?
Ajax just like looks at him and is like, if you want to, that'd be nice.
He's see, Kestrel's conflicted because he's like, well, um, he's gonna roll insight on Ajax to see if he's gonna roll insight on Ajax. Yeah, he's gonna do that.
Man's trying so hard not to do more gay stuff and failing.
Or
You look at him and you just like you can kind of vaguely see like the puppy dog ears and tail on him just in your mind.
he just kind of blinks and sighs a little. He's like, he can manage the skirt. It's yeah, he can manage that, and he just kind of steps back up and goes to pick up Ajax.
I think Ajax is surprised because he more like expected like still holding his hand and like helping him carefully take it a step at a time, but he's not gonna complain. Wait, isn't this like the second time he's been like picked up technically by Kestrel?
Technically, by the first time was by proxy.
Yeah, this time it's just straight up being picked up.
Yup. Happy Pride Month.
Oh my god.
For picture, how is he picking Ajax up?
Oh, it's wedding carry.
Hell yeah.
That's just the easiest way to carry. That's
Yeah,
just
it
the
is.
easiest way to carry.
Mm-hmm.
I love how this is just Franky and the gays game.
That sounds like a band name.
Okay.
Kestrel and Ajax. Oh man, do I have gay feelings? Franky. Oh yeah, I get to kill stuff. Yay, murder.
The funny thing is Ajax is not having any conflicting about this. He's just going with the flow.
Does Ajax want to roll insight on the bird?
Sure. Like, Ajax has no qualms with his sexuality. He's dating a giant spider guy. He knows he's gay.
Kestrel is still in denial. Kestrel is still in denial. Like, he's walking down these stairs, carrying you in a dress, and is still just chanting in his mind, straight. Yep, I'm straight.
I can barely hear you, Pengu.
Well, oh. just like, I'm straight. Yep, yep, yep. 17 insight. He can
does
see the
not have
bird is...
additions. He does not have modifiers to insight. This is just pure
That's with
luck.
no modifiers, too. Zowie. He can see that the bird is a bit fluffed. He can see that the bird is a little blushy, and he can see. Sure, he can see like that mental process of yep, I'm straight.
I'm thinking how funny it would be if Frankie stopped, turned around, and looked up at the two to see if she
I
could
think-
also discern.
My view of like how that luck roll worked was it was just Ajax's natural gaydar going on.
Yup. Beep on alert.
Yeah,
What world was
I
that
think-
from Franky?
That was an insight roll from Frankie 11 because she stopped and she's looking back up at you two because she doesn't want to go too far ahead and start an encounter on her own.
Insight on whom?
She can see the bird.
On Kestrel.
Mm.
She can see the bird is a bit fluffy. Probably can't tell exactly why.
She's just kind of like squinting and at the fact that you're carrying Ajax. For now, she's gonna assume, oh, you're just helping him down the stairs. Okay, cool. Do it faster.
Yup, that's... Kestrel sees you staring, and then you yell that at him, and he kind of fluffs up a little more. And
I said the
he's
walking!
like,
Go ahead.
just keeps going. He's like,
I was gonna say Ajax's reaction, but there might be little background interference because my mother needs me to bring her a pill.
Mhm.
oh.
Okay, but yeah. Ajax seeing that is just gonna like stare for a couple seconds. And like he had no thoughts about this other than just things are happening. But now he's thinking about it. He's not gonna visibly react, but like it's on his mind now.
He's what? Oh no.
I'm like remembering that joke from last time they were in a game together.
Yep, the one that Phoebe drew a picture of.
Yeah.
I
the red
have
one?
it somewhere.
With the blushies. Yes.
That picture's funny.
Race to find it. Who can find it first?
I'm probably looking in the worst place possible.
What are you,
Aha!
Pengu?
Yes, I'm searching for the image. Found it.
Ah, dang it.
I'm sorry that I was just kept going over and over again.
It's okay.
I found
You
it too.
sounded like the Count from Sesame Street. My mom just nodded
Be
very
pride
wildly
loves.
at that.
Anyway, after, like a minute or two of climbing down the stairs, you reach the bottom of the stairs. Anyone want to roll perception?
Yes.
Sure.
Also,
Would love
Kestrel
to.
will set down Kestrel will set down Ajax now.
Yippee. Okay, perception.
Oops, wrong place. But that's a 19.
12.
19, not bad. And another 19. So with a 12, I think Kestrel, you're a little bit too flustered to see much. This still looks like a medieval. It still looks like a medieval castle. It's just sort of an empty hallway. There's like a rug going down the middle. There's some more pixelated torches on the walls. I think it opens up into a little sitting room with some old-timey furniture. These very pixelated portraits hanging on the walls. Sort of what maybe you'd expect a video game castle to look like. With
Nice.
dual 19s, Ajax and Franky will, see all of this, but also notice that there appears to be another person in this room that they're walking into. Sort of sitting down on one of the couches, idly playing with an unsheathed sword, wearing a glowing yellow outfit. Let
I think
me.
Ajax would like go into like the wide stance pointing meme.
Picture.
Thank you.
And she is a girl who appears to be maybe like 11 or 12 years old. Uh, and she like sort of glances at you as you enter the room, but doesn't pay you much attention.
Ooh.
Yeah. Ajax is gonna like grab the other two closer and be like, guys, I think that's player 4.
Looks like it.
And at that, she looks up and over to you and seems a bit surprised, as much as she can be when half her face is hidden. She's like, wait, you just talked.
Yeah.
The
And
other
you like
did
point
that.
to them in order and go, player 1, 2, and 3. Nice to meet you.
the other players never talk,
Ajax.
unless they don't usually look like you either. Are you actually in the game? And she sounds very excited by the prospect.
We got you
Unfortunately.
Jumanji'd.
I don't know what that is.
I know, he keeps saying that! No idea what Jumanji is! But we're in the video game.
Oh wow! I thought it was just me. I mean, it was just me for a while, but oh, I'm glad you're here. Hi.
And Ajax like just puts his hands on the side of his head and he's like, this is why the game hasn't been working as intended.
How did you get in here?
I don't know.
How long?
Probably
have you
the
been
same way
here?
we did.
I just woke up here one day and I don't really remember a lot before that, but
Kestrel, who is concerned about getting out of here, is like, how long have you been in here?
hard to tell. There's not really days in here. Not terribly long, I don't think, but a while.
Ajax, who knows how most of these tropes go, is like, have you tried beating the game yet?
Oh yeah, I've beaten the game a lot of times.
Ajax like visibly sweat drop.
Um,
There goes his plan.
Kestrel just puts a hand on Ajax's shoulder.
Ajax just stands there for a bit and is like, my sister is gonna kill me.
You can roll an insight on this person.
Absolutely
Yes.
would love to.
Love rolling
Nat
insight.
20, baby!
Oh,
My god.
Ajax is master of insight today. He stole it from
7.
Nova.
17.
good for him.
17 for
Uh,
Kestrel.
Yeah, with a 7, Franky doesn't really pick up on anything. With a 17 and a nat 20, both Kestrel and Ajax will notice that at the mention, albeit offhanded, of Ajax's sister, oh, she's going to kill me, this girl sort of freezes for a moment. And Ajax with the nat 20 notices the light that is coming out from her visor flickers off and it's dark for a moment. Before she returns to normal and is like, sorry to hear about that. It's not so bad in here though. It's a lot of fun once you get used to it.
Okay, but also I have a
Getting
job.
used to-
I can't just disappear one day. Literally everyone is going to try and find me and then beat me up.
Getting found isn't the part I'm worried about.
What are you worried about then?
Not. This kind of takes a deep breath. Not getting out.
And she's like, well, like I said, it's not so bad in here. And, now you guys are here, so that's better, right? At least you won't be lonely.
Ajax just standing there thinking about his boyfriend, his children, his multiple friends, his family.
Franky over here is not particularly happy with the thought of being stuck within the arcade. She has a revenge plan to get back to. And
Kestrel just doesn't want to be stuck with Franky and you know.
The thoughts.
Yeah. Also that.
I have a question. Have you ever lost all 3 of your hearts?
That's a good question.
That is a good question.
That's an important question.
And she like thinks for a moment. She's like, "No, I'm way too good at the game. Besides, it's not
Yeah.
just 3 hearts. There's these chests all over that have extras. There's one
Mm.
right over there." And she points to a chest on the other side of the room.
Ajax should
Kestrel.
probably be the one to get that, considering what just happened.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Kestrel like puts a hand on Ajax's back and is like, "Go, get it."
Okay. He like goes over.
And yeah, the chest opens right up, and inside a little red pixelated heart that floats up over top of Ajax's head. The other 2 hearts are visible for a moment as the third joins them, and then they flicker back to being invisible.
He does turn to Frankie. He's like, as good of a question as that was, I don't think it's worth risking it. I've seen
I'm
too
just
many
saying.
movies. I've seen too many movies where if you die in the game, you die in real life.
Wait, shit, for real?
Yeah, that's like a whole trope.
Kestrel visibly winces.
You can roll insight again on this person. You can also ask her name or introduce yourself or something if you want.
That is probably a good point. Well, regardless, Frankie being Frank. No, I don't think Frankie would care enough to ask. Sorry.
Mhm.
Kestrel's not going to be the.
Does Frankie want to roll insight?
Sure, I'll roll insight again.
I think once we learn her name and stuff, that might be a good
9.
place to stop. It's almost 9:30.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yig.
So once again, Frankie sees nothing, and Kestrel and Ajax notice that as Ajax starts talking about, oh, if you die in the game, you die in real life, sort of stuff, she again goes quite still, and her visor darkens until that topic is moved on from.
Ajax is gonna take a note of that, but yeah, he will like get back up from the chest and be like, "Well, I'm Ajax. This is Kestrel, and I never got your name, kid." It's like looking at Frankie.
Huh?
Your name.
Your name.
Oh, I'm Frankie.
And that's Frankie. What's your name?
I'm Amelia. Nice to meet you. Also, I feel like Ajax could roll history to see if he remembers Harlequinette and
I have a
Jackie
+2 to history, yippee.
mentioning of Frankie after a hide and shriek.
Okay, the dice roll also went with the funny option. Because it's very, very funny if he has no clue who Frankie is.
Yeah, this name does not ring a bell at all.
This is just the kid he's now trying to take care of who needed his help.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, now you've met a second kid, Amelia.
Hooray, Amelia.
You guys think that might be a good place to stop?
Yeah.
Sure.
I think for now.
Yeah, you can always ask her more questions or talk more in the next session.
Yippee!
Kestrel is still like, I'm trapped in a video game with 2 children and someone who's giving me feelings I'm not used to. Oh boy.
It's okay, Kestrel, you'll get used to it.
It's gonna be a bit.
But yeah, well,
You'll get used to it.
we shall.
Gonna be a hot minute.
He's gonna have to wrestle with that idea for a while. But we will end here for tonight. Thank you all for playing.
Yippee! Thank you for DMing.
Yay!
We had lots of fun.
Yay!
This is wonderful.
And we will do part 2 next week. Good night, everybody.
Alright, good night.
Good night. Honk shoe, honk shoe, honk shoe.
Hung Shu.